Hello! And so we come to a Doctor who I absolutely adore. The marvellous 12th Doctor as played by the absolutely stellar Peter Capaldi. And boy oh boy does his Doctor have quite the dress sense. Those of you who have been following the channel for a while know that I'm a bit of a 12th Doctor enthusiast. He is one of my favourite Doctors, basically on the same level as Tom Baker for me. So I spent a fair bit gathering a lot of his costumes, and I just think he has a very, very cool style, which is really interchangeable with your regular clothing when you think about it. It's easy to wear. And of course, naturally, I'll be telling you all about how to dress up as him. So, bearing in mind that 12 does have an awful lot of variants, around about 35 or something, around those lines, I've decided to split the series into 3. So, today we'll be covering Series 8, and in the next episode, Series 9, and then one after that, Series 10. Purely so I can give you as much detail as I can on each series' worth of costumes, because I feel they would probably be quite overwhelming to give you a 25-minute long video. So, obviously, in this video, we'll be covering the more restrained variants of the 12th Doctor. He was very, very subdued compared to what is about to come later on. So, I hope all the tips and tricks and bits I'll present to you guys will help you out in whatever costumes you're going to be making. So, without further ado, let's get to it! So, thankfully, we start off light. The Series 8 version of the 12th Doctor is a strict dresser with occasional lapses into casual fashion, but nothing on the level of Series 9, as you already know. So let's start off with the look that was paraded all around social media January 2014. The absolute default look of the 12th Doctor with the navy blue Crombie coat, spearpoint collared white shirt, navy trousers and Doc Marten brogue boots. It is a look that is gorgeous in its simplicity, but the real eyebrow raiser here is that he wears a cardigan instead of a waistcoat. Mind you, it only lasts for about 2 episodes, but I quite liked it. The Doctor hasn't worn a cardigan since Tom Baker's first season. Okay, so, how to get this look? Firstly, let's start off with the coat. I'll say outright that Series 8 and Series 9 do have different navy Crombies, the first wool, the second camel hair, but for all intents and purposes, you can use the same coat either way, so don't be put off by that and don't feel you need to spend extra. It's all good. Firstly, the best one out there for me personally is the Abbey Shot 12th Doctor navy coat, but as I mentioned in my 11th Doctor video, they have lost the Doctor Who license, which makes things a little bit tricky in this regard. Until something comes along to save it, I do have a couple of alternatives. The Cosdaddy version of the 12th Doctor coat is a really good cosplay coat. It has the lining near the edge and it just looks great. I owned this coat for many years, so I can attest that it is legitimately quite decent. However, for those looking for more serious options, then Baron's Boutique will have you covered with their version of the coat, which is definitely closer to the original, and the price tag as well does indeed reflect that. Magnolia do one as well on the highest end of the market replicas, and for sure it is very high quality, but we'll talk more about that when we get to Series 9 and the red velvet. Next to cover, the white shirt. This one is my absolute go-to. Courtesy of Adam of London, I think it has a great alternative version of the pointed collar that does the job very well. Don't be afraid to use a high street standard white shirt if your budget won't cover it though, that's absolutely fine. I'm simply giving you my perspective on this from experience, and this one has served me very well over the years, I really like it. For the trousers, I recommend that you use standard dark navy trousers or even black trousers if you can't find an appropriate shade that you are happy with. Again, any high street shop should be able to help you out with this. As for the shoes, you need black brogue shoes. Whether you go with Doc Martens or anything else is entirely down to you. Once you know what they look like, you can go for something that has the same vibe. Once again, check eBay or Depop or your local high street shoe store. Now, for the cardigan. This is an interesting one. I do think it is a pretty good costume piece for Capaldi, despite its brevity in its usage. The original one is a John Smedley Cavendish cardigan, otherwise known as Long Gone. So for this look, your best bet is to find an alternative. This Meraki one on Amazon makes for a very fine alt. However, if cardigans aren't really your style, then do the usual substitution and exchange it for a black or navy waistcoat. Navy for Series 8 preferably, but if you want a budget save, then get a black one, as that is the one that is most compatible with 12's looks overall across the remaining parts of his tenure. It'll certainly work with his navy blue coat related outfits such as In Class and the flashback sequence of The Witch is Familiar. Again, any black 5-button waistcoat will suffice if you're on a budget, but for the sake of information, The waistcoat used in Series 9 is the TM Lewin Palmer waistcoat, so keep a note of that for eBay searches. I know that's technically something for Series 9, but it will help you make that basic 12th Doctor look as well. And of course, if you have the budget to spare, Magnoli do a version of the Series 8 waistcoat specifically, which had a notably different and sharper design. And now for the alternative parts of the costume. The Holes jumper became a staple of the 12th Doctor's costume, having featured in multiple episodes throughout his era. I was lucky enough to get mine from Instagram user Pertwee Frills as one of replicas, and I'm very grateful for that. It is an amazing replica. However, that is the thing. It is infamously difficult to source one out. The jumper itself is a Paul Smith jumper, and any remaining ones tend to go for quite a lot of money. So my best suggestion is really just to either wait for a replica one, or try and DIY it yourself. Did I just say DIY it yourself? Seriously though? Anyway, I'm supplying a guide by Morgan Fox on how to make your own Holy jumper in the description below. Give it a go. It's the best way to handle things until another replica comes onto the market. In Series 8, 12 wore 3 alternative shirts. One purple, which showed up in Robot of Sherwood and the Caretaker, one navy, which showed up in Time Heist and also the Caretaker, and one polka dot, which only showed up in Kill the Moon. For the purple and navy shirts, these are simple enough. Just grab any one off the rack that you seem appropriate, like for example at places like Top Man or H&M. Always make sure to take into account the fit and the length of the collar for the intended effect. For the polka dot shirt, you can find a very good alternative version on eBay which does the job exceedingly well and carries off the appropriate vibe. An extra piece to incorporate into your outfit may be the Caretaker jacket that 12 wore throughout the episode as his disguise. So for this one you can simply get the coat from Amazon and pair it with your Holes jumper for the completed look. And finally, to end off, let's cover his Mummy on the Orient Express costume, which was an extraordinarily dashing visage for this Doctor. He dresses up all fancy and ready to go out for a nice night on a train, a space train, and he would later reuse this outfit when he goes on a date with his wife. It has a double-breasted suit jacket, a white shirt, black trousers, and a long cravat tie. I really do like this look, and it carries with it an aura of sophistication. Now anyway, what you need to do to achieve the look is grab a, as I said, black double-breasted suit jacket. These are again all over the place on eBay. If you get an X-Hire one, it'll work out cheaper as usual, so I recommend that. As for the waistcoat, well, you'll need a low-rising waistcoat. One such type can be found here, courtesy of Dobell. Generally, it's the sort of tuxedo waistcoat that isn't double-breasted, so those are hard to come by, but this one is currently the best on the market for sure. For the cravat, I will level with you. I don't know what type of cravat this is per se, but I read that it bears resemblance to the sort that they'd wear in the Wild West. I guess it depends on how many westerns you watch. Aside from exposure to a lot of episodes of The Big Valley over time, and having played Red Dead Redemption 2, not even one, I literally was one of those people, I can safely say my experience with them is lacking. You may have more use for it if you just get a chunk of satin ribbon, cut off a long length, and tie it like a bow tie, and see how it works from there. Credit to Instagram user The Doctor's Wardrobe for that information. As for the trousers and the shoes, just use the ones that you'll be using with your regular Capaldi outfit, so preferably black trousers and black boots for this particular one, and any white shirt will do. Of course, as a bonus, we'll now move slightly onwards to the last piece of 2014 Doctor Who output, the Christmas special, Last Christmas. And that brought with it a brand new costume piece that would go on to influence the 12th Doctor's outfits well into Series 9 and 10, the hoodie. Originally written off as something the Doctor wore because it was cold, it became a staple of future styles. I for one really like it. It adds an extra layer of casual to the outfit, which then was at its most severe. In Last Christmas it is worn in a very specific way, zipped halfway up and with the drawstrings left in. Keep that in mind if you do this specific look. Furthermore, the hoodie in question is an All Saints Mode Morenio hoodie in black, and it is very comfy and very notable for the long hood. It is still available from the official website, though it is quite expensive, and you may get a bargain if you look elsewhere like on eBay or Depop. Just give it a search around. If your budget still can't stretch that far, then that's perfectly fine. Check out the alternative that I found for you. You don't want anything that goes too far away, but at the same time, you don't need to break your bank. Do what you think is best. There is no limit to interpretation when it comes to cosplay, so please don't feel limited by screen accuracy. It's not necessary. More information on the next hoodies in the Series 9 How to Cosplay. So, to round off, here's the full lineup of variants from Series 8. The cardigan variant, which appeared in Deep Breath and Into the Dark. The waistcoat variant, which appeared in Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, Dark Water, and Death in Heaven. The Holes Jumper variant, which appeared in Lesson, The Caretaker, In the Forest of the Night, and Death in Heaven. The Purple Shirt variant, which appeared in Robots of Sherwood and The Caretaker. The Navy Blue Shirt variant, which appeared in Time Heist and The Caretaker. The Hoodie and the Jumper variant, which appeared in Last Christmas for the first time. And the one-shot looks, including the white shirt without a waistcoat or a cardigan from The Caretaker, the Caretaker's Caretaker look, and the Mummy on the Orient Express look. And there we have it, the 12th Doctor's costumes from Series 8. I hope this video has managed to help you guys out with your 12th Doctor costumes in any way, shape or form. I mean, it's perfectly cool to revisit these costumes as well, because I am really, really fond of them. And of course, it's not over yet, because next time we'll be visiting Series 9's costumes. And of course that involves the hoodies, the t-shirts, and the glorious red velvet coat. And feel free to like, comment and subscribe to this channel if you want to see videos similar to this one on the realms of costumes and cosplay. So, until next time, see ya!